just as a side note, I cleaned up over there on the NC, and I couldn't leave it alone. I had to figure out what was going on with that other computer. So what I did was I took and deleted the drivers out for my machine, re-put the drivers in, works fine now. So that's what it was just a driver. Lost something. So anyway, I moved over here on the mill now, and we're going to set up. We're going to set up and do the holes. Number 8, 8 holes. Number 8 holes in it, in the part. So we're going to lightly clamp that. And the square out. And we're going to take and put the square in there. We're going to hold it up against the square. Like that. And then clamp it. And we're going to put a number 8 clearance hole, number 8 cap screw clearance hole in the 2 spots in that. So we need the drill chuck to drop the knee down. Take the end mill out. And we're going to use the bigger drill chuck. I'm going to go get my edge finder over here. Still over here on the NC. I vacuumed the chips up. I didn't put the tools away though. So tighten that up. And I'm going to come in here and we're going to pick up the back edge of that. Right there. And I'm going to zero my Y, and then I'm going to move in 100 thou and zero it again. 0. And then I'm going to, these are, I believe, 407. Let me get my mic here. Where's my mic go? And let's see what we got here. I think I left them heavy, if I remember right. Come on. 407 right on the money. Alright, so 407 divided in half is 203 and a half. Oh, 203 and a half. Oop. Right there, and I might want to turn to absolute and zero it. So now we want to come over here. We can either come over here and pick up this edge, or we can put, do I have a 5/16 that'll fit into that hole? Did I not make that 5/16? I thought I did. Apparently I didn't. No, I made it some odd number, 275. Why the heck did I do that? Don't know. So I'll pick up the outside edge. I'll pick up out here. sometimes the things I do confuse myself. All right, pick up this. At 0 max, go 100. Zero it again. This, these are this direction I left it heavy, I think. Yeah, because it's supposed to be 1 inch, 1 inch 312. It's 1 inch 315. That's the direction that I left it heavy. I knew I had left it heavy on one of the directions. All right, so 1 inch 315 divided by 2 is 6, 5, 7 and a half. 657 and a half. So we move over that distance. $657 and a half. I'm gonna have to get that. Okay, that wasn't for me. 657 and a half and 0 it. So now we're sitting on the center line of that hole, on the center line of the part this way. So I should be able to take her from there and take the edge finder out. And put the drill chuck in. Go with the bigger drill chuck. And sometimes I don't like moving my knee if it's real critical dimension and you move your knee up and down. Depending on how well you have that head dialed in, you're going to change your position. Same thing on X. Because just say for example that you were off 45 or not 45 but a few degrees that in X direction, and you're sitting here and you dial that in at that point. Now you drop it down, now you're over here. So anyway, moving the knee is not a real good thing to do after you dial in if it's really critical. But this isn't real critical because they're going to be line board after they're mounted on. I will stamp on each one where they go, and then there'll be line board while in the assembly. So and I know the head's dialed in pretty darn close. So, but that's just like I'm saying, if you want a real critical, if you want plus or minus 1, you don't move the knee. If you move the knee, you're in trouble. Okay, we'll go right there. Okie dokie. Now, we need to move over 4 inches, or 4 inches, 452 and a half each way. So we'll move 452 and a half. You know, I should have set a stop there, dummy. 452 and a half. So that's the spot right there. Let me get this center drill out. Let me have to spot it before I drill it. Yeah, what is the pilot size on this? That'll be okay. have to round up an end mill now. The size of number 8 counter bore. See, I was hoping that I could drill the hole in, and then, because I could use a number 8 counter bore tool and go ahead and that is a number 8 counter bore tool is a $2.95. So let's see what I have for regrind end mills. I have a 5/16 ground down that far. Well, this is a 300. Like 395. I'll use this one, 300. It's a 300 that I got here. And we want to shift to low. I don't want to go in there ripping. A spot face with this end mill, and that's something else. I'm breaking kind of a rule, and that is never put a hardened end mill in a drill chuck and ruin your jaws in your drill chuck. Just to clean up all the way around. So it's a nice spot. Gotta be getting close here. I went until it just touched, so I got a full spot face there. Now I can go back in with this center drill. Switch back up to high. I'm going to move the camera onto the other side here. Actually, I'm going to move you down. Okay. And I want a 166 diameter. There. Oh, yeah, it's a Dreamer mill. A Dreamer, if you've never used one, it's a drill and a reamer all in combined. It's got 2 flute margins, so it should leave you a nice hole if it's sharp. And like I say, it drills and reams the hole all in one. those left. Okay, so that's one. Now we go for 52.5 the other way. Oop. I'm going to go in there with the end mill right away first. Shift into low. I want these to kind of look halfway nice because these are, you know, up visible and everybody can see them. Stuff inside the motor doesn't matter too much, but when it's out visible, it's and a tickle. Okay, there's one. I should have set a stop. What I should have done was went ahead and geez, oh Friday, clamped my I don't have a way of doing it though. Oh well, I'll just come and pick up the edge on each one, and I don't have to pick up this way. I just pick up the edge and move over. So, but I think that's looking pretty good. Once the hole gets in here, it's a 3/8 hole. No, it's actually 437 hole gets put in here because there's a flanged bushing that goes in here, oil light bushing, sintered bronze bushing goes in there. I could put bearings in there instead, but I'm going to put the bushings in because I think I have some bearings about that size that I've never used for anything. Nah, I'll put the bushings in. I'll save them bearings for something else. But that's looking pretty good, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other three the same way. So once I get that done, I'll come back and I'll show you the slitting off when I'm cutting them off. It's no big deal. It's just like a thin woodruff cutter that I use for small parts, and just I pick up the top just down the thickness of the tool, and then down the thickness that I want to leave, and then buzz across. Piece of cake. So anyway, glad I got my computer figured out over there. It was kind of bugging me. Things like that, you know, it's like, what's going on? So anyway, we're getting one step closer at a time here. A little bit every day. I got the hog that's sitting over there, or the mini hog, and I ran into an issue with the cam on it. The little cam gear off of the crank moved. So I'm debating on trying to come up with something a little different. And I wish there was room to put a tapered lock in that little cam gear, but there isn't. So, but I'll figure out something. But it's just sitting there, so sitting there waiting for me. I want to finish these two first. So catch you later. Okay, I have a woodruff cutter in there. It's 130 wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to stick this drill through here. Then I'm going to come down on top of that drill. Crank up my knee a bunch. Break it up. Alright, and then I'm going to come down on top of that drill. Just like that. Oh, or did I hit my stop? I might have hit my stop. A little more. Go up about 3 more cranks here. Yeah. Okay. Right there. So, get the drill back out of there. So I know that's 130. So I can crank up 130. 130. And we know this drill diameter, which was 265, and half of that is 137, so we'll go up another 137. Let's zero out my knee here. 100. Boy, are we gonna make it? Or am I gonna have to? I might have to. Yep, I'm gonna have to pull the part up a ways. Darn it. Because we're setting too low and I can't get down far enough with my woodruff cutter. So we'll just take it. Chip hanging up on the side. There we go. And then we'll just take and loosen it up and pull it up a little bit. It doesn't have to be very far. It was damn close to making it. It was only like about 10 thousandths from making it, so. And then bring it up so it's square again. Log it. Put the drill back through. It's a little loose, but that's okay. Come down and touch the drill. Move off of the drill. And then come up 130, the width of the cutter. 130, and then half of the drill diameter, which was 137, or 137. Okie dokie. Now, this woodruff cutter is not going to get all the way through, so We'll go down one side, back, and then down the other side, and then it should be parted off. All right. That might be a little fast. I wonder if I can get away with it in low gear. Let's try it. I think so. So we'll crank it in. And I'm going to set my Y stop. And then kid on it, but that's fine. We just take and file it off. There we go. And like I say, it'll leave a little tit on one side here, which is no big deal. I can take and file it right off. Grab pliers here. Burr hanging on there too, along with it. But there's a small little nub right there, and just it only take about a dozen strokes with a file or so, and it'll be gone. There we go. And of course I got to countersink the backs of the holes. But that should, let me get one of them that I tapped already. And just stick that on there. You know, yeah, they line right up. The hole is naturally smaller than this one. I put 5/16 in here and 2. I don't know why I did a 2 something, but that's okay. It's gonna, like I said, it's gonna be line board. I'm looking for some number 8. 832 screws. These are a bit long, but just to double check to make sure that everything lines up the way it's supposed to. And this one in here looks pretty good to me. Like I say, these are long. I have to find some shorter ones, but here it is. So, and then like I say, once they're on the base, I'll set the base up and find my location and line bore all through both of them at the same time. I'll just take a long boring bar and go right through them, and then they'll be straight line. But before I do that, I'm going to pin them. I'm going to put maybe a couple little dowels in it, a couple 1/8 inch dowels. Actually, I need one. Actually, I don't need any really. You put the crank in, tighten this, and then tighten the. Leave these loose, put the crank in, tighten it up, and then tighten those afterwards. So I may not. But anyway, one step closer. I'm going to go ahead and part the rest of them off, and then I think I will set it up, and I'll set these up on base, and I'll set it up, and we'll bore these next for the bushing. And the bushing is a 437 Sintered bronze. I should look to see. I think I have a chunk of sintered bronze. I'm getting down there. I might have to order some more, but I do have a small piece yet. It's oilite, it's called, or sintered bronze. And the thing is, with this stuff, you turn the bushing up, it spins all the oil out of it, and then to reload the oil, you take and put the bushing on your finger, fill it up, and then push with your finger on the other side of it to reload it with oil. I've seen people spin these, make a bushing, never reload it with oil, and then wonder why they don't hold up. Well, you didn't put any oil in it. I will have to get online and see if I can order some more. It doesn't have to be big stuff, not for what I'm using. So anyway, that's going to be it for now until I get everything lined up and ready to bore. So that'll probably be tomorrow. Catch you later.